Not surprised about the backlash that Kevin Samuels has been getting since he died. Back at you with another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So yeah, people have been asking me, hey, if I'm surprised of the backlash that Kevin Samuels has been getting. And the answer is no. Because once you understand how things work, especially in this country, you're not surprised at all. He's getting the Bill Cosby treatment. You remember when Bill Cosby started getting all these allegations and he was in court, and when he went to jail, they basically stripped him of everything. The Cosby Show doesn't come on anymore. If you would go to Walmart right now, you'd be hard pressed to find a DVD of Bill Cosby. Even Fat Albert, they took all that shit down. None of that shit plays anymore. So he's getting the Bill Cosby treatment. And you have to realize that Kevin Samuels was an easy target because he started from the bottom and he's not attached to any corporate company. He's by himself. So if you're by yourself, you're an easy target. And see, I learned this when I was in the military. That this country, really the world, really, it's a gang mentality out here. It's dog eat dog out here. See, I learned when I was in the Navy that, which is the closest place to being a celebrity, in my opinion, being in the Navy, is sometimes it's not who you are, it's what's behind you that people respect. So Kevin Samuels was just a big fish in a small pond. This is why I said somebody in his family needs to sue these media outlets, Media Takeout, Shade Room, News One, because they're slandering him and they're really trying to strip him of his credibility and everything that he's built over the years, And see, it's been people before Kevin Samuels that done the same or similar thing, And I remember when Kevin was speaking about cologne and dressing and nobody really cared. As soon as he started focusing on women over the past, 3 years now, that's when it became a problem, right? But it's been people before him that did the same thing, that said what they wanted to say, and nobody really made much of a fun about it because there was people who were attached to these big companies. People like Simon Cowell, I think the guy from off the reality show, I don't remember, but he made millions of dollars off people coming on, just displaying their talent, and he's saying some of the most awful, disrespectful things you could ever do. Simon Cowell, he made millions of dollars, but see, he could say that because he's a white man and he's attached to these big corporate companies. And let's take even before him, you have a whole bunch of people that's been on the radio, said all kind of racist things about black people and everybody else. But that's okay. Nobody really says anything about that. And if you go back all the way to Jerry Springer, the Jerry Springer show, stayed on for, 30 years. They say he got banned, but no, he didn't get banned. He just got tired of doing the damn show. And he quit. And he made a boatload of, if he ain't made $1 billion, the producers in the network of that show made $1 billion. Jerry Springer show was awful. People come on there to beat people up and throw shit on people. And Jerry would make fun of people when they came on the show. Made them look like a fool. But nobody really said anything. The shit was all fun and games. It was funny, you know? But before Jerry Springer was Oprah and the Ray Lake Show. And shit was, they used to bring people on and have a discussion, and then they would ask people in the audience if they have any questions, and that was it. That shit was calm. And then Jerry Springer came along, and they beating people up on the show, and nobody had a problem with it because he was attached to these big corporate companies. You know, at the end of the day, who got your back? Who you with? If you're with somebody that got power, influence, and the muscle to back up what they stand for, most people are gonna fall back. You know, I learned this when I was in the military. When I was in the Navy, I mean, if we got into anything, we got in a little trouble or any type of situation, if I said, hey, I'm in the Navy, most people would fall back. You know, they would be like, all right, man. You know, even the police would fall back. Police was like, hey, just slow down, have a nice day. Keep it moving. You know, so I learned that it's who you're with. People have a gang mentality out here today, and it's always been this way. It's not new. But if you're by yourself, you become an easy target. This is why, since he died, these media outlets are saying and doing anything because he's not here to defend himself. So what he gonna do? That's how they look at it. And as soon as they sue these media outlets, they're gonna, you know, by the time they collect their money, it's gonna be 6 to 12 months. And by this time, these media outlets, they're gonna make all their money. They're gonna make tenfold. So ain't nothing to them to go on to, for the judge might tell them, hey, pay 100. I see the articles that they got that you wrote on such and such date or whatever. So the judge gonna be like, okay, you're gonna have to pay 100,000. That ain't nothing. That's like pennies. That's peanuts. They made off the slander and all the clicks, because you know most of these websites are clickbait. All the clickbaits websites and all the people that came to their website, they made that money. That 100,000 ain't nothing. They made probably $1 million. They made millions. So it ain't nothing to pay 100,000 when I done made millions over the past 9-10 months. You know what I'm saying? They're making money off of his name because he's a brand, international brand. People know him worldwide. So I don't give a damn about paying 100,000 when I done made 10 million. So this is the game that they play. It's being played online and it's being played offline. This is why the only mistake that he made is he was by himself. And it's a mistake that most of us make. Unfortunately, you know, you're an easy target if you're by yourself. If you don't want to be an easy target, well, don't stay by yourself. Now you might start by yourself, but you don't have to be by yourself in the long run. But maybe in Kevin's situation, the shit probably took off so fast, he probably didn't really have enough time to get things situated. And from what I've heard, this is where he was going. He brought people together and they're going to collaborate and do some big things. But it's unfortunately, he didn't really get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't what you know or how good you are. It's about who's behind you. It's who you with. You know, if you you're only as strong as the team that you have around you. That's just what it is. This is why people can say what they say and don't get touched. They don't lose anything. You know, especially online, in any form of media, the person or the company with the deepest pockets usually wins. Because if I can afford to spend more money than you online, my voice is going to be bigger than yours. And I'm going to win because I'll be able to reach more people than you. If I have a $1 billion budget like McDonald's or some of these other big companies, and your budget is what? $1 million, well, I'm gonna win. There's a good chance that I'm gonna win because I'm gonna be able to reach more people than you because I have more money to spend than you. And plus, with your $1 million budget that you have, it's probably just you and your little 2-3 people you probably have. But the company with $1 billion budget, fuck, they got a team of people. They got like 15, 20 people working on the marketing, promotion, the product design, the radio advertising, the magazine advertising, the TV promotion. They got a team of people doing the social media. They got a person for every channel: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They got a person working on every channel, in charge of every channel. Then you got a project manager and all that shit. If it's just you got to do all that shit. And you're not going to be able to do all that shit, everything you want to do. Over a long period of time, yeah. But if you have a team, you can move faster. You can do more. Teamwork really does make the dream work. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm not surprised. I know how shit works in this country. It's not about, nobody does anything massive, anything great by themselves. That's a fantasy world. There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. I mean, I love Tupac, but what Tupac said was some bullshit. I'm a self-made millionaire. That was some bullshit. That shit don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So if you're by yourself, you're a big fish in a small pond. And in most cases, you get eaten alive. So yeah, I hopefully somebody in his family files a lawsuit against these media companies. They'll get the money, and that'll be it. But how much money do you think these media outlets gonna make? Millions. And they're gonna pay out crumbs compared to the amount of money they made off this man's name. And that's the game that's being played out here. See, they pick on who they can pick on. Because they know certain people can't do nothing. Certain people, what they gonna do? What you gonna do? There's certain people in these media companies, certain families they never talk about because they know better. They know what's gonna happen to them. They know the consequences. That's what it is. So that's the games that they play. So I'm not surprised, not at all. But let this man rest in peace, man. He did some great things, but the thing that they dislike about him the most is that he's for family. He's for family. He's pro family. You know, he's he let I would say he showed black men that we have value without a woman. He made a lot of black men believe in themselves that, hey, you're somebody, you're of value, you can bring something to the table. It ain't just about the woman. Having a woman is just icing on the cake. And he was all about family. And that's what pissed a lot of people off. You know, stop looking for validation from a woman. Look in the mirror, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can change it. Lose weight, go to the gym, get into personal development. Learn how to love yourself, respect yourself. That's what he was all about. You know, that's at the core. Now, did I agree with everything he said? No, but who the hell does? There's some people don't agree with everything I say. It's okay to agree. It's okay to agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? We're grown men out here. At least we're supposed to be. But some of us act like kids. We act like adult child babies. I mean, people are, you know, criticizing a dead man. That's tacky. That's low class. You know, who raised you? You know, you never wish death on anybody, even your enemies, and you don't celebrate that shit. Who raised these people? Obviously, they had bad role models. You know, you have to be broken to wish death on somebody. You have to be broken. There's no person in their right mind would do anything like that. But who raised these people? That's the question you have to ask. Who raised these people? You know? I'm like, I was taught if you don't have anything good to say, just don't say anything. And never wish death. You can't come back from that. And don't talk shit about dead people. Because they're not here to defend themselves. That's how I was taught. But obviously there's a lot of people that weren't taught that. You know, there's a lot of people that put Kevin Samuels on a pedestal. He's supposed to be like God Almighty. He's supposed to be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. You're not even perfect. That's why you're here listening to me right now. Nobody's perfect. We're all a work in progress. You know, people want to say, oh, he didn't go to college. Oh, he's talking about all the relationship stuff, and he ain't got no relationship. He ain't married. He been divorced twice, and yada, 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 yada. So what? Everybody go through stuff. Shit happens. People go through things, they learn from it, and they get better. The experience is the best teacher. I'm not the type that'll say, hey, just because you failed, that you shouldn't talk about it. No, you can learn something from everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy talk. I don't, you know, I believe that you should lead by example. You know, now people will say, oh, I didn't like his delivery, but they never said what he was saying was a lie. That's the thing. See, it's a double standard. See, he can say the same thing that Simon Cowell says, and it's okay when Simon Cowell says it because he's a white man and he's working for the big companies. But Kevin Samuels said it's a problem if Kevin Samuels says it. So see, it's a double standard, and everybody is kind of a lot of people are buying into it. You got black people are thinking just like the white people, and white people, they've always been thinking the same. you know? So, there's a lot of deep psychology issues with us as Black people. We're doing the same thing that the white people are doing. Some of us, I don't like his delivery. Well, you know what? If you were born and raised in my household when I was growing up, you wouldn't have liked my parents' delivery either. Some of us are just soft and weak. We're soft and weak. We've been coddled all our life. People have kissed our ass and told us how great we were. And most of us haven't done anything. Most of us, all we've done is graduated, got a job, and that's it. That's what most people have done their whole life so far. And they think they've done something. They think they accomplished a lot just because they got a car or bought a house. That ain't shit. That's kind of a given. You need a place to live. You don't have to have a car, but it's convenient to have a car. That doesn't. People are doing that every day. There's nothing impressive about that. How many people have you helped? Have you helped your family? Have you helped your kids? Have you helped your wife? Have you helped your husband? What difference have you made in anybody else's life except for yours? Being selfish. You need to be your own leader. Stop putting people on a pedestal, acting like they gotta be perfect, but you don't gotta be perfect. See, a lot of us, we'll have high standards for other people, Kevin Samuels, but when it comes to us, oh no, it's different for me. Because you don't really love yourself. You don't think you deserve it. That's why you're trolling on the internet, following other people like me, because you need some inspiration. You need to find a way. But the reality is, you just don't think you're worth it. That's what it is. And when you look at Kevin Samuels, you feel a sense of envy, because you feel like, hey, you supposed to be that way. Hey, I'm supposed to be making all that money. But you didn't do it because you don't got the balls to do it. And you don't think you were worth it. That's why you're not willing to sacrifice the time to become a better version of self. You don't think you're worth it because you don't love yourself enough. So you get online and leave negative comments about people. I've never left a negative comment about anybody in my life. And I never will. Because if I don't have anything good to say, I'll just move on and go to the next video. I don't need to say anything negative. What for? I'm just projecting my insecurities onto the next person. What the hell I'm doing that for? What the hell I'm getting out of that? And you got a lot of people online, they don't see anything wrong with that. They think negative comments is A-okay. Some of y'all guys need to get your balls back. But hey, let that man rest in peace. Until next time, I'm out.